Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says Iran's missile tests are a cause for concern. His comments come after Tehran launched a long-range missile in defiance of international warnings. Well, it's the third round of tests in just 2 days. For more on this, we can now cross live to RT's Priya Sridhar, who's in Washington for us. Hello to you, Priya. Over to you.
Hi there. Well, in just a few days, Iran's chief nuclear negotiator will engage in nuclear talks with members of the UN Security Council. Now, these talks will come just days after Iran revealed a supposedly secret uranium enrichment site. And just today, Iran tested long-range missiles that they say are for military purposes. But many countries are condemning Iran's actions and saying that enough is enough. So what's Iran really up to, and what's likely to happen in these upcoming talks? Well, joining me to help discuss that is senior fellow from the Center for American Progress, Lawrence Korb. Lawrence, thanks so much for joining me.
Nice to be with you again.
So, first of all, tell me, what did you think about this secret uranium site that was revealed? Supposedly, United States officials knew about it. How could that be?
Well, the United States has known about it since the end of 2007, and I think the Iranians revealed it because they were concerned that at the talks, which start on the 1st of October, the United States and the other countries would spring it on them. And that is not the key issue. The key issue is how much uranium have they enriched and how fast can their centrifuges go.
And, I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think about today's news about these long-range missiles? They say that it's for military purposes, and in the past they've said that their uranium enrichment program is strictly for civilian purposes. Are there indications that that's not the case?
Well, there's no indication that they have weaponized the uranium, but the fact is they can do it quickly. For example, the Japanese and Brazilians are already at that point, and launching the missiles ahead of the talks was to show that they're not going to be pushed around. These missiles are not new. We've known they've had them, so there was no difference. Just the fact that they did launch them and have the exercise.
Now, last week at the UN General Assembly, it seemed like nuclear disarmament was at the top priority, the top thing to talk about on the agenda. What do you think is likely to happen at these talks on Thursday? Even recently last week, Russian President Dmitry Medvedev said that, sanctions are a possibility, maybe a last resort. Do you think sanctions are likely to happen, and what's going to happen at these talks on Thursday?
Well, I think if the Iranians are not forthcoming, you will have stricter sanctions than you have now, even if the UN Security Council doesn't approve them. The European countries and the United States can tighten their financial markets, make it very difficult for them to have access to money around the world. I think the turning point was when Sarkozy of France and Brown from Britain were even more strident than President Obama was about what the Iranians are up to. I think that's a key thing. And the fact that the Russians said that they're willing to consider sanctions is also, I think, a message to Iran that you better be careful.
And what's the significance of the timing of these announcements? Why did Iran reveal this uranium enrichment site last Monday, and I guess it became official on Friday? And what about the testing that's going on today? What are they saying by making these moves?
Well, by announcing that they have it, they did not want to go to the conference and then be forced to deny it because they knew, or they should have known, that the United States and Britain and France already knew about it. And the second one is, again, by testing these missiles, they want to show that basically they are a power to be reckoned with and that they have a strong bargaining position.
Well, we'll keep you updated about those talks on Thursday, but for now, back to you in Moscow.
All right, many thanks to you, Priya. That was RT's Priya Sridhar there reporting from our Washington studio.